the mental effects. There is a rapid, very complete loss of contact with reality.
I'm willing to do what's right, and I don't want to go through what I'm going to go through.
There is a rapid loss of the body image.
I'm willing to do what's right.
The body's sense of time.
I'm willing to do what's right.
The body's natural clock just ceases to function.
I'm willing to do what's right.
Realistically speaking, they are nothing more or less than a period of insanity.
Writing emails and all these things that I never had done before. But we were over here really on credit cards. By the time we got to the launch, which was in September 2008, I mean, when the economic crisis hit the planet, we had no idea what was going on. We had accumulated $120,000 in credit cards. We'd risked everything. And so it could have gone either way. And we didn't realize until the morning of the launch, it's like, oh my God, what does this mean?
Wait, and stop and tell us what the launch is. Tell us more about what Mind Movies is.
Our product or our program back then was, instructional videos on how to create these videos for themselves. So people get clear about, the kind of wealth that they want, and not just what the wealth is, but what wealth looks like and why they want to create that. And then any kind of actions they're taking and how they need to change the way they think. When they can describe this through affirmations with matching photos, and then, of course, the music is the secret sauce. The music is the soundtrack to your life, and to the life that you're creating. And it becomes an anchor for you. So every time you hear that song, you don't need to be in front of your mind movie to go there in your mind. It takes you there. Your brain starts to populate already. So this is, the mind movie's essence. And so back then it was, the instructions. So a launch, like an online launch, is basically a week beforehand where you have a whole ton of affiliates or joint venture partners who are promoting you to their email lists. Now, we started with 8,000 people on our list. It was very small. But at the end of that initial week, it had blown out to 80,000 people. Actually, so fast that the email delivery company that was, servicing our list shut down our account because they thought we were doing something illegal. I'm like, and they also closed down the morning of the launch for maintenance. So we had 3,000 customer support emails by lunchtime on the first day because no one was getting their confirmation emails. But we had a little moment of stress going, what does this mean? So once we opened up the payment gateway, we did $100,000 in the first hour.
Huge success.
Huge.
So going back to Mind Movies and why it's so valuable, thank you so much for your gift. I got to play with my own Mind Movie, and let me just tell you, do you know how long I've been craving setting something up visually? But it seems so hard online getting your whole slideshow, plus the music, plus the affirmations. It was just daunting. So you gave me this gift, and I think within 10 minutes, I created something. And I have chills because it was so easy and so fun. You've made it so user-friendly, and it gives me ideas. And now I have my own Mind Movie.
Good.
Yes.
I know, well, initially it was just little video tutorials, but then, once we got some success, we created our own software. So inside are all of the assets, there's a whole library of affirmations and photos and music, so you can just drag and drop. And I've had the immense pleasure of being able to help people personally create their own mind movies. I work a lot with Dr. Joe Dispenza, so he's been using mind movies in his live workshops for 8 years now. And so I'll be at these events and helping people make their mind movie. And, like you said, once they've created it and they watch it for the first time, tears is normally the initial reaction because it's like, wow, I can actually see this now.
And it's so easy. You've taken the stress out of it and you see your vision. And then what you said, I didn't realize it until you said it. The music adds that dimension. And then isn't there subliminal things in there you've added too?
Yeah, so we have a lot of technology when it comes to little hacks, little tools, little things that make it just a little bit more effective for you. And so, we have a whole library of subliminal tracks that actually get laced in underneath the music. So these are all affirmations that you don't consciously hear, but subconsciously your brain is absorbing all of that and reprogramming your subconscious mind at a much faster pace.
So
Reprogramming your subconscious mind at all times.
So tell me some of your favorite stories of people who used my movies and had great success.
I remember there was one lady came in to the workshop. She sits down like this, and I said to my team, I said, I'll look after this one. And I go, what can I do for you? She goes, look, I'm only here because Dr. Joe said I had to be here, and I don't have a computer, and I haven't started, and I'm not very technical. And I go, it's okay, it's all right. So I loaned her my computer and kind of set her up. And then at the end, I'm like, okay, well, do you want us to preview it before we send it to the processor? She goes, okay. And we previewed it, and she had tears falling down her face. She goes, oh my God. She goes, this is my life. This is the life I want. I go, yep. But it's a common response when people are, creating their mind movies and they get to watch it for the first time. And I've had the blessing of being in the presence of thousands of people when they're having that experience. It's crazy. Even inside his events, he'll have 1,500, 2,000 people, and he gets people to watch this kaleidoscope that gets them into suggestible mind, and then they're watching their mind movie. And I remember the first time, everyone, it's black, and all you can see is everyone's faces lit up from whatever their device is, and you can hear people crying in the audience. It's wild.
It's magical.
Yeah.
And you did it. You created it.
I still make mind movies now.
Okay, let's hear about yours.
Okay, so last year, so at the beginning of every year, I create a general mind movie, all the things I want to do for the year. But then I'll create one that's more specific to each project. And so last year, I created one about my school project, and I got my first US school, starting to teach the program. So it came into fruition, so you want to hear about the program?
Sure.
Yeah. So it's called Personal Growth Studies. It's a social emotional learning curriculum to help kids from K to 12 have the skills and the tools that they need to be able to deal with the overwhelm. And of course, after a year like 2020, kids are really needing these tools a lot more than before.
Yes.
So we already have that being taught in one school. The other one was on my health. And so I have already lost, I actually had put on the COVID-15, which is the 15 pounds you put on during COVID.
Yes.
But I've been able to lose that weight, and I'm definitely a lot more fit and healthy than I've been before.
And let me back up. You created mind movies in all of these areas.
Yes.
Okay, so keep telling us.
And then the last one was around love. And I met my perfect partner last year.
Wait, tell me details. tell me what you put on the mind movie and tell me what happened.
Yeah, so with my Mind Movie for Love, the song I used was All of Me by John Legend. But in my Mind Movie, I described how I show up in a relationship. I describe the characteristics that I'm looking for in my partner, then I'm describing the relationship that we have. And so, there were some pretty big things on there, like, having time and money freedom, being open to personal development. It was pretty specific about a number of things. And I've been in this beautiful, incredible relationship for 5 months now, and I'm very, very happy.
I'm so
There's people talking, they talk about me, they know my name, they think they know everything, but they don't know anything
crazy and
about
I'm out of my mind.
me. Give me a dance floor, give me a
You hear me? Yes, so do you. Love your curves and all your matches. All your perfect imperfections. Click in the middle of all to me. I give my all to you. You're my cause I give you all of this part-time loving. I can feel your breath from the underground, and you give me all of you. Oh, how many times do I have to tell you? Even when you cry.